Welcome back. We'd like to first thank you for tuning in consistently over the past few months, almost a whole year now, where we started the food truck, where God is doing something special for us on the Me and You. And since you're family, I want to show you something that you might not know about our family. We have two animals that we have grown to love here in the Gordon household. Ones that are so special to us, ones that we love, and we see that they love us. And I want for you to see them personally. Here they are. Miles and Sage. These are Rottweilers. And these Rottweilers are ones that my family have grown to love. And I mean, they bring a joy to our life. They get to a point where you see them doing some things that will make you laugh, things that will just blow your mind, the way that they can use the mind of how to figure things out, of things of how they maneuver themselves around the household, living in this household where we have a lot of people coming in and going out. I mean, it is so funny to see them two correspond with showing them their love towards us and how we show it back to them. One thing that we know out of these dogs, if you don't know about Rottweilers, when they are part of a family, they are so loyal and faithful. It gets to a point to where they are so faithful, it seems like they don't think of nothing else except the ones that they have been around, who know them. They don't want to be a part of no one else's life but their owners. They are some faithful dogs. And when I was thinking about faithful, and we've been starting this series of God, who is God? Do you know God? And we noticed that God is the creator. God can show his wrath in so many ways, but the one thing that we should know about our God is that God is faithful. I mean, he is so faithful. God is so faithful that when he created the world, he put the sun where the sun needed to be. He put the moon where it was supposed to be. The stars going in the sky, and he was so faithful to keep them there. And plus, he's been so faithful in our lives. You gotta give God credit. When you thought that you were on your last wit and your last mind, that last nerve, God has been so faithful to carry us through. And when we look at the dynamics of the election of what might occur and what has occurred, one would say, who can you put your trust in? Who can you have faith in? But I'm here to let you know that God is so faithful. That means that God is trustworthy. Trustworthy for all of our praises, trustworthy for our worship. I mean, he is so trustworthy that Isaiah chapter 25 records this account with God, where he then pushes pen to paper and it is recorded. Isaiah chapter 25, verse number 1, it says this: Lord, you are my God. I will exalt you and praise your name, for in perfect faithfulness you have done wonderful things, things planned long ago. Things planned long ago. That Isaiah records it, giving praise and honor to God. He said that God has been so faithful. He is so wonderful. He is so amazing that he's been faithful since day one, even before we was even created. God has been so faithful, and everything has been planned out. That means that when we were thinking about this and that other than God, God knew about this account. That means God was the one who kept things together. And even though we made a detour somewhere else, God has been so faithful since day one that he has a way that he can manuscript and put us into place right back in line with him. And one way that I can see God being faithful, if you allow me to use my dogs as an example, one thing that happens when we come home every day, no matter if it's been a long day, no matter what the job has done to us, no matter the conditions we come in, when we get to our door here at the Gordon's family and we pushed in the code to come inside, we just need to crack the door a little bit. Miles, who is the male dog, will run up to the door and open the door for us. I mean, he would literally get his paw, put it on the outside of the door, and make sure the door is open far enough, not so that he can come out, so that we can come in. And I mean, it is so amazing to see his paw reaching in, opening up the door so that we can come in. It is so funny. And then when I look at that, God has been so faithful that when doors seem like they are closed, he has a way of opening up another door so that you can enter in. We serve a God that has been so faithful, that deserves our trust, that he will open up doors that seem to be closed. The other day, that when Miles opened up the door, there is a way that he escorts us inside the house. It's sort of like he owns the house. It makes you laugh. But one thing that I do know about Miles is that he escorts you. And when he escorts you inside, he wants to show everybody that, hey, someone has come in the door, has came into the door that is very special to the family. So when you enter into the whole house, it doesn't stop right there. Sage, who is there, who we call Melodine, comes out and she sees what has occurred, and she starts hopping and jumping and rejoicing because that you have returned home. I see this as God not only being faithful by opening up the door, but also celebrating that when we come home, when we come to him, when we praise his name, when we honor him, he rejoices. God rejoices. It's a celebration. No matter what has occurred in your life, God rejoices. And plus, God, get this, here it is, not only rejoices, but he also shows his love. I mean, it's one thing that when I see my Miles and Sage, when they see me coming in, they show so much love. God shows that love to us. Even if we don't come through that door, God still shows that love towards us. God is so faithful with his love. God is so faithful when opening the doors. And there's one last thing that I want to show how God is so faithful. I had to take my dogs to the vet. And when I took them to the doctor was showing what shots they needed to do to the dogs. And when they were about to do it, my dogs didn't want to be bothered with them. But then when I was holding both of them down to make sure that the doctor could get the shot in, make sure they got all the medicine in, I was looking into their eyes. And even though their eyes showed this sign of disappointment, after it was all said and done and it was time to go, you would think that when you do someone wrong, when you deny them, when you reject them, wherever it may be, that they would turn their backs on you. Nope. When we returned home, Miles act like nothing happened. Sage act like nothing happened. They still loved me. They still was faithful. They were willing to be a protector, because right when we got home, there came another dog and they came in front of me to protect me. I'm here to let you know that even though you might reject God at times, even though you may turn your back on God at times, even though you may not do what the Word of God is stating that you should be doing. We serve a faithful God that will never turn his back on you and still love you enough that he will protect you. God is faithful that he will open up doors. God is faithful that he will love on you. God is faithful that he will protect you. We serve a faithful God. And as Isaiah chapter 25 verse 1 says, that I will exalt you and praise your name, for in your perfect faithfulness you have done wonderful things, things planned long ago. This is Reverend Gordon here on the Food Truck, where we say God is doing something special for us on the Me and You.